Welcome back to the Frugal Dangler. Well, there's the last couple of weeks of the river season. I've been ill for the last few weeks and I haven't been out fishing. I managed to get a bit of an opportunity to go on this river. Last time I fished it wasn't very good, to be honest. All the rain we've had, it's cut it up so much with the constant cold water going in, etc. But it doesn't look too bad today. The levels dropped a bit from last time I fished it. There's a bit of colour in the water, but it's not too bad. It does look okay. So I've come down here because I've only got a few hours to fish. It's probably about one of the last times I'm going to get out this season. The next time, hopefully, I'll be able to get out over the weekend and before the end of the season and fish on the Upper Thames if it's not in flood. Give it one more go around the sort of Upper Letchlade area. Anyway, I'm down here today on the tributary of the Thames. I'm fishing the pole. I thought I'd give that a go today because a lot of my stuff is sorted out now for the close season and fishing on some commercials and some other waters for tench and stuff like that. So I've got my pole. I've got a feeder or a bomb rod with me as well, which I might have a go with. I'm open to catching a pole, so I'm fishing a stick float basically on the pole. I've got a pretty heavy elastic on here because you get some decent chub in this peg and they tear off. So I've got a 14 to 16 elastic on. I feel about a 4.5 pound line straight through, size 12 hook, so I'm going to start on bread. And if that doesn't work, I'll put on a smaller hook and I've got some pinkies and maggots. I'll put in 3 balls of liquidized bread. So I'm going to put another ball and then I'm going to give it a go on the bread. I'll be back in a bit. Well, I dished the pole now. I end up losing my rig, which is a beautiful stick float I had on the end of it over there in the snag. It is really snaggy in here. You always end up losing a bit of gear, and I lost the rig and it snapped up the line, did above the float. Gutted really because I really like stick float. I can't bother to set up again on the pole, and I never had a bite of it. I might have had one indication. I tried on the bread, then I went on the maggot, and then pretty much soon after I went on the maggot, I got snacked up over there, and yeah, it's weird. I don't know, something's happened down there. There's been a pollution incident, but this peg used to be full of fish, absolutely full of fish. I caught all sorts of me, a big perch, chub, cracking roach, gudgeon, dace, minnows, you know, his chublets, you know, it's always full of fish in the winter. But it's the second time I've been down here and not had a sniff. So I mean, we've had all that rain. I don't know if it's pushing out the area. There's not showed up here. But yeah, not even a bite on the float. On the bread, I've tried maggot. We have a few knocks around the maggot before I went over there, and I possibly had a bite, and then I hooked the bloody bottom and I lost the float. So anyway, I'm on the tip now because I couldn't be bothered to sit up again on the pole with another pole rig because I'm actually thinking the fish ain't here in this peg. So I'm going to give it about 20 minutes and then I'm going to try another spot. And I'm going to go on the bread there and see if I can winkle out something. Maybe they're showing up elsewhere. So we'll see how it goes. Well, I've moved spots now because I never had a bite in that other swim well. I might have possibly had one bite on bread. And then another one on maggot where I snagged up. I just didn't feel like the fish were there, so I've moved to a spot which I've had some fish out of in the past. Half decent chub I've had out of this peg, but it's usually a couple of fish and that's it. We'll give it a go. I'll put in some bread, liquidized bread as feed. I'm just going to let that sit for a while and put a couple more balls, and then I'm going to go on a bit of bread flake and see if I can wickle out a chub. It's really snaggy. The trees come down further there, so there's a big snag down there and there's a bigger snag. The trees seem to have gone down right in front of me there, which is a good feature, but it's getting them out. I'm fishing quite heavy on this rig, so hopefully I might stand a chance. If I don't catch there's another spot up there where the tree is. I've had chub out of there, and then it sort of goes around the corner, but it's difficult to get to without slipping in, without sort of going back on yourself. But we'll give it a go here. I don't think I'm bothered with the pole again. Can't be asked to set it all up and set up and get it all out and re-rig. So I'm going to sit on the feeder or the straight head now and just give it a couple of hours and see if I can wrinkle out one half decent fish, I think. Well, that's a nice chub caught on bread flake. Let's get it back. Well, it just goes to show moving can make all the difference. Basically, first cast, it was hardly like a bite really. It was just like a little tap, and I thought, is that some debris hitting the line? And I thought, oh, that was a little knot then, and whang! I struck and it was on. It was already on and taking the hook right back. But yeah, lovely. Well, chuffed to get that one out. So let's hope There's another fish down there, although I could have spooked him because it's only shallow. As you can see, it's only a couple of foot deeper flat. So I'm going to put in a bit more bread, and then I'm going to have another go. Well, no more bites yet. Still in the same place. Should I say the same peg? Give it another 10-15 minutes here probably. No more bites on the bread. I might try a couple of maggots in a minute just before I move, just to see if there's any little fish in the peg. Possibly I might have a little go up there. There's another tree down the water just before I sort of move right up there. And sort of see if I need to move a bit closer to be on top of one to get one, because it looks really fishy. So I might give that a go in a bit, but I'll have another cast here. I've had another one since the fish. Ooh, that looks like a chap then. Right, I'll be back in a bit. I'm going to give it a go. Down there, by that raft, just in front, down there. I was putting a bit more liquidized bread. So we'll see if we can stick out another chub. Trying to keep quiet. Stealth. Camouflage, and you can see him on. Which isn't very good when you're covered in blue stuff, but there you go. I'm not special forces, eh? Let's give it a go. Been a long time coming, but there's a little roach. That was on a couple of pinkies. Well, that was another bite. I missed another one on maggot as well. So yeah, no more bites on bread. I'll give it another cast now on a couple of pinkies. I haven't got any proper big maggot on me to run out. I've got a few turning up in the post at some point later on today for the weekend, hopefully, if I can get out. Yeah, I've had 3 bites. I missed one, had that chub, and this had a roach. I'm going to give it Got another 5-10 minutes in the spot, and I'm going to try a spot up there before I go home for half an hour and see if I can winkle up one more chub. The final spot now, we'll give it a go here. I intended to come out for a couple of hours today. It's only a local river to me. Excuse me. Try this spot here. I've gone in with a bit of bread flake first of all. It's very slow today. This place does get hammered, and there's a lot of crap coming down. You can see on top they pump a lot of rubbish into this river, and well, there's been a few pollutions over the last few years, wiped out a lot of fish further down. It's definitely not what it used to, plus it does get hammered a lot. I've only had a couple of bites, which I thought, considering the conditions, wouldn't have been the case because it looks spot on. There's a load of like soap suds and stuff like that coming down at the moment, so yeah, oh well. We'll give it a go. I've got a bit of bread on. I'll try that initially, and then I might try a worm or a couple of maggots to see if I can winkle out one more fish before I go home, but at least I'm blanked. Well, no bites so far in this spot. I've switched over to maggot now. I tried worm, did have a touch on that. Nothing on bread. Excuse me, I've got on to a couple of pinkies now. See if I can winkle up one more bite out of this spot. I might go up there and try it. I'm not sure yet. It's a bit of a nightmare trying to get through on this side without risking falling in the river. I don't want to do that. Yeah, very slow day. I've only had a couple of bites. At least I've had 2 fish. Don't know what's happened to this place. I mean, we've had so much rain this year, but it used to fish so much better. We had that pollution. It hasn't really recovered since then, but this year's been the worst I've known on it. I've really struggled. It does get hammered a lot though. It's by this end of the season. It's starting to be, it needs a break, it needs a rest. Those fish are spooked, and they could move areas, I suppose. Maybe they have sort of moved further down where people aren't fishing because they think it's no good at the moment since the pollution. Maybe that might be a better bet in the future, maybe. Might have to give it a go. Anyway, we'll give it a try for another 10 minutes or so before I knock it on the head, I think. Well, final spot. I thought I'd give it a little cast in here. I've had chub out of here in the past, up flat bit over there in the slack in front. Once when it was really and the snow on the ground actually, and another time as well. I've had a big perch out of this bit, but I've never had one. I've had these tillers, roach and dace and stuff like that. A couple of half decent chub. The colour has dropped right out on this river actually. It's still going through quite fast, but there's hardly any colour in the water. That might be putting them off, I suppose. Don't know, I'm just making excuses, just not getting bites. But there's a lot of crap floating down the water. Looks like soap suds, because everything gets pumped into this river. Anyway, let's give it a go. A couple of pinkies, see if I can snare anything at all. Well, I might have had a tap then. I thought I saw a little indication when I reeled in both maggots or pinkies were gone. So maybe there is something down there. You do get a few minnows in this peg and a few bleaks, so it might have been just a little fish like that. It didn't give much of an indication, put it this way. I'll probably give it another more 5 minutes maybe, see if I can just get a bite. But it's really hard today, really hard. I've had about 3, possibly 4 bites, which is crap for down here really. Yeah, I don't know, strange. Anyway, I've got hopefully one more session out on the rivers before the end of the season. I'm going to try and get down the Upper Thames in Wiltshire. There's a spot I quite fancy down there. I don't know what it'll be like because we've had all that rain, but now the colour's dropped right out of it, so it wasn't ideal. I wanted to try and get a sort of last end of season bream from this particular spot, but I might give it a go. It's a nice stretch of river anyway, even if you don't catch much. So hopefully I'll be out over the weekend and give that a go, and providing I'm not too ill, because I'm not good at the moment, and yeah, I can't get rid of this chest infection, but one of those things. Hopefully I'll be well enough and won't drop down dead or anything like that, and I'll get out for another session before the end of the river season. I've got a few things planned for the closed season on still waters, maybe after tench, bream, carp. Hopefully I might be get a few more bites, because it's been a really tricky end of the season on the river. when I've been able to get on it. I've really struggled for bites. But anyway, keep tuning in. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again. I got ya.